unfair, beyond unfair, just shy of hateful. And there's a lot of disrespect in there because I lose out on my family time. You know, the folk who are making these decisions don't work 12-hour rotating shifts. They don't. I do.
Now, have you ever went to work one day and kind of come to the conclusion that either your coworkers or the job, the culture there being toxic, whatever is involved in that whole mixture of what your experiences are at work, all feels like it's lined up for you to be miserable at work, and unnecessarily at that? Well, you're not alone. A lot of people feel like that. And let's hear it from a CEO on why that is and what is the purpose of that.
I think the problem that we've had is that we have people decided that they didn't really want to work so much anymore through COVID, and that has had a massive issue on productivity. You know, tradies have definitely pulled back on productivity. You know, they have been paid a lot to do not too much in the last few years, and we need to see that change. We need to see unemployment rise. Unemployment has to jump 40-50% in my view. We need to see pain in the economy. We need to remind people that they work for the employer, not the other way around. I mean, there's been a systematic change where employees feel the employer is extremely lucky to have them, as opposed to the other way around. So it's a dynamic that has to change. We've got to kill that attitude, and that has to come through hurting the economy, which is what the whole global, the world is trying to do. The governments around the world are trying to increase unemployment to get that to some sort of normality. And we're seeing it. I think every employer now is seeing it. I mean, there is definitely massive layoffs going off. People might not be talking about it, but people are definitely laying people off, and we're starting to see less arrogance in the employment market, and that has to continue because that will cascade across the cost balance.
I mean, at least this guy is being honest. I mean, a lot of other CEOs feel this way, but hasn't put it out there in the interviews and things like that. But let's address some of the things he's saying. I mean, bruh, like, he's upset that the workers got more rights, more ability for choice, and feel valued by setting their grounds of what they want and accept in an employer. Apparently, that's asking for too much, and the toxic, miserable environment is what they want to kind of knock you down to because it helps their bottom line when you're miserable, apparently. Now let's take a look at what the everyday people got to say about this. What are their experiences dealing with the workforce? Did they feel like they was compassionate? Did it feel like they care? Did it feel like they just want to make your life miserable? What is your experiences? Let's take a look.
This is your daily reminder that job do not give a fuck about you. They don't care if you're sick, dying, or depressed. They will replace you in a heartbeat. So please, if you are financially able, make sure you take time off for yourself and your mental health. I know not everyone has the luxury to do so, but please, if you can make time for yourself, do that. Because your health and your well-being is more important than any corporation that literally does not give two shits about you. Okay?
So why was I being told to get over my husband's death after 4 months by my employer? Not because I wasn't coming to work, not because I wasn't turning in my deliverables, but because I was no longer working 12-hour shifts. I was no longer available to them the way that they had become accustomed to me being available. And I was unavailable. I was unable to be the happy person that they had become accustomed to because I was grieving, but they did not leave a space for that. In fact, when my employee that they hired made a mistake that cost the company $75,000, who do you think they wrote up for that? You guessed it. It was me. They wrote me up because it was my department and they said I should have caught the mistake. However, my CFO was the one who did the review that month because he put me on audit stuff. And when I told him that he should get the write-up because it's his department, if we're going by the logic that they're writing me up for, it was just silence.
Now, exactly what these people saying is exactly what I felt in my own life, what my coworkers feel when they go to work, and they're in different industries, different occupations, different states, but it's the same conclusion. It's something about these corporations and what they're doing and how they operate, the structure of how they create things. It's not designed to care about you, your family, your mental health, what you're dealing with, you as the person. That is a distant afterthought compared to their bottom line. Don't get me wrong, it is a business. Make your money. We're here to be productive for everybody to make the money. But does it have to be toxic? Does it have to be miserable? You tell me. Put your comments below. Let's talk about it. This is Marcus Reacts. Talk to you soon.